Guys, I'm most welcome once again. So Masi right here. So today I'll be telling you a story. In October 1972, that was around 13th of October, Nando Parado headed out for a march in Chile with his friends. So they traveled by plane, of course. And unfortunately, on their way, the plane crashed. So after the plane crash, there were 45 passengers in the plane, and only 29 survived. 29 of them survived. So initially they had a lot of troubles with like food stuff, and they started eating ice, eating whatever they had in their bags, eating whatever they could find around. But that was not sustainable, of course, as you know. It reached a time when they were really starved, like a whole week, and that's all they were feeding on. So it was really hard. So they sat down as a team, and they like, so of the 29 anyway, others kept on dying, and they ended up 16. They remained only 16. But of the people that died, Nando had come along with his mom and the sister. The mom died immediately at the crash, but the sister died like a week later. So they sat down as a team and they're like, okay, what next? What do we do? There's no food, there's nothing to feed on, and yet we have to survive. What do we do? So they're like, we have to do what? The only option we have is to feed on the dead bodies. So they made it a point and like, okay, we could feed on, like they pointed out the bodies they would eat. And then they excluded some bodies, including the one of Nando's mother and the sister. So when they kept on, that's how they started surviving a whole month, and that's what they fed on. So of course, you know, it keeps on running out, days run, and of course they sort of ran out, and Nando kept on thinking, the thought kept on coming to him, and like, you know what, one day one of these members could violate the rules, and you know, they could end up turning on the mother or the sister, and he couldn't stand the thought of, you know, having to feed on any of them for food, at least any other, but not the mom or the sister. So he decided, he told the friends, like, you know what, me guys, I'm going out to look for help. This is too much, and we can't all just sit here without doing anything. So one of his friends agreed with him and said, yeah, you're right, and I think I'll be accompanying you on this journey. So when they went, they started preparing for the journey, of course. Packed a few things that they needed, of course they were not too much. They packed whatever they needed, and then they decided they would go uphill first because it was sort of a mountainous area. So they went uphill first. It was about 15,000 feet up. And when they looked, to their disappointment, when they reached up at the peak of the mountain, all they could see was just ice, nothing green, no sign of any person. It was freezing cold. They even had to fall sick many times. But then Nando kept on thinking, was like, what do we have? What options do we have? Either keep looking for help or we go back. But Nando was strong on his point. He stood on his word and said, would rather die trying. I would rather die trying than go back to feed on the dead bodies of my mother and my sister. So that alone was enough to push him ahead. And the friend had nothing because all they could do is stay as a team. So after moving like for a whole 3 days, they couldn't see anything. So after like 10 days, yes, they came along, they started seeing some signs. They came along a river bank, and you could see some signs of like people were there. Like you could see footsteps, could see shoe signs, like the fireplace. So they were hopeful. It ignited some sort of joy in them, and like at least there's some sign of hope. So that day they just saw those signs, and they decided to stay around the river bank. They didn't go far. And then 2 days later, as they were like moving away even from the riverbank, they sighted a man on a horseback, like across the river. Well, it was quite distant, and Nando and his friend tried to signal, like sort of plane crash, like we are starving, like we need help. But the guy couldn't hear because the river was too loud, it was roaring, and he couldn't hear anything. So what he did, he wrote on a piece of paper, wrote it on a piece of wood. Then the note read that, tell me what you want to see. And then Nando replied, like, I'm from the plane that crashed a few days ago, and I came along we are many with our friends. We've been starved for days. We need help. So the guy looked at the paper and was like shocked, and he was like, he replied and said, I'm going to look for help. Wait here. So he rode on his back for around 10 hours. It was really far away. And he came back with the rescue team. So when he came with the rescue team, they had to, of course, give these people some food, some medical attention because they were sick. And then after the following day, they started going back to where they were, the other friends of his, with the 14 friends of his. Luckily enough, they were still alive, so they had to pick them up, pick up the dead bodies, and they were taken to a safer place. So that's the story I had for you anyway. If you're still watching and you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Anyway, so this story teaches us one thing, that it's the essence of this video today. It's about the plan A, like you've seen from the title of this video. Looking at a plan A as the only option that you have. So in fact, when Nando was asked, like of course after surviving, he was like, the only way you go forward is because you can't go back. The only way you go forward is because you can't go back. Because he couldn't go back to that house or to the place, whatever he had left. That was the only way. That's the only thing that kept them going, you know. The friend was open to, because for him it was like, it was not his mom or sister anymore. But then Nando was like, so that was the only thing that kept him going. And then, so this plan A, many are the times where we are told, don't put all your eggs in one basket, have a plan A, a plan B, a plan C. It all seems good. It may seem like a nice sort of idea to have, but look at it in this way. So basically, the moral of this lesson is a typical example of human perseverance, fortitude, and courage in the face of hopelessness. Yeah, it's about perseverance, having the courage, having the resilience to go forward, even in the midst of the darkest times in our lives. Or like we're trying to chase a goal in life, you're really trying to push forward, but then you're faced with challenges, you're faced with a lot of troubles. You could easily, there are always options by the way. You could sit back and just look at, be like, I wasn't going to suffer anyway. But if we could look at having just one goal in life, and focus on just one goal, trust me, the mind is designed in such a way that whatever you put in it is what you get. Whatever you focus on is actually what you receive at the end of the day. So you put in the work, you put in the effort. Having just a plan A is a good thing actually at the end of the day. So personally, I also have goals, but then you're like, okay, I want to live a better life, I want to be financially free, and what have you. But then you're like, anyway, but if I fail to, I think I can do this. I think I can just go back to our village and just stay there and just live and wait for my time to die. But really, if you give your mind such an option, like there is an option to, there is a plan B, trust me, it hinders, it suppresses, it distracts you from achieving your plan A. Plan Bs are always a distraction. They are a typical distraction. But if we looked at life, like just look at what is the biggest goal that you want to achieve. Be like, okay, if I was given this chance to just choose one goal, like choose one thing that you want to achieve in your life, and then you're like, okay, I want maybe to be financially free, that is your goal. Trust me, by all means, you put in the work, you put in all the effort, it will always be possible. So even there's a study that was conducted on students, and they were told that they were supposed to solve a certain puzzle, and they were told they would be a reward. There would be a reward of was it $10, and then the others were given an option, like you can either win, or if you don't win, they were given a certain kind of like option to do. So the results came out showing that the ones that didn't have a plan B, the ones that were not given a second option, performed better than the ones that actually had a plan, receiving the reward. So what does this show us? It shows us that in life, in trying to chase our goals in life, if we only prioritize the plan A, we'll really go ahead, far ahead in life, very far ahead in life. So a wise man once said, there's no greater force of commitment, there's no greater force of creativity, commitment and determination than a person undistracted by a plan B. I will say that again. There is no greater force of creativity, commitment, determination than a person undistracted by a plan. So, the only force you need is, like, you don't need a plan B. Like, look at the plan A as a do or die, I would say, you know? Look at it as a do or die. So, that's what I had for you today. I hope you learned something from the story, and please comment down below what you think about the story and what you think about the whole thing of having many plans, you know. You could share down below, and let's see. So that's it. Yeah, it's a girl Mercy once again, and I sign out.